Alright, we'll be changing out the shocks on a 1996 Ford F-150. This video we're going to be doing the front shocks. And you can see the shocks I've got here. This is the part number for the front shocks on the 1980 through 96 F-150. And I'm not sure the year range on the Bronco there. But when you get these shocks, you're going to get your installation kit, you're going to get your sticker, and obviously, because all the stickers are very important there, yeah. And you're going to get your shock. You also get your installation instruction. Most important thing here is going to be the torque specs, and if you haven't done it before, this also contains some information on mounting it and some other various instructions. So I've already got one of them done. There's what I believe would be the original Gasmatic that came off of it. Ended up actually twisting the whole bolt off of that when it came off. So the tools we're going to need for this, we're going to have I've got two ratchets here, just the ones that usually you take the wheel off. You're going to need one of them for a 3/4 socket. We're actually going to need two 3/4 inch sockets to take the bolt out of the bottom. We also need a 17mm to install our number 10 machine screw onto the top of this. We need a 7/8 to hold the nut on the top when we're reinstalling it. We need a pair of vice grips to hold the top of your old shock. There is I found that these just ended up rounding off, or you couldn't get the wrench in there to get it, so it was just easiest to use vice grips to hold that. I'll also be using an offset 9/16 to turn the nut on top of your original shock. And as I said, the 17mm is to install the nut on top of the new shock. So, according to our guide here, once we get the other shock off of there and get the next one on there, we're going to be needing to apply 19 foot-pounds on that top, and that is done once the suspension is under load. It says in the instructions to make sure the suspension is under load for all of the tightening of anything that has a rubber bushing on it. Now I'm going to be trying to get by fairly simple on this. I'm just going to use a bottle jack and try and leave the wheel on there. That's how I did it with the last one. So spray down everything before we go out and do it a couple hours with some WD-40 penetrating oil. Might make it a little looser, might make it so that nut actually comes off without rounding the whole top off the old shock. But we'll see how it does. I'll try and include a initial review of the shocks once I get this at the end of this video, and I'll do another review a couple months from now, see how they're holding up, and if I decide to get the rear shocks by the same company. Okay, we're out here on the passenger side of the truck now. Used the 3/4, got the nut loosened up on there, got it jacked up with a bottle jack, still got the wheel on it, and I just finished twisting off the top again. It looks like that's going to be a fairly common theme no matter what you do, unless you heat it up. But not really any easy way to get in there to cut it off without burning something up, so probably the best option. Still going to be trying to twist it off. It wasn't really that bad. But now we're just going to remove the vice grips, compress the shock a little bit, and pull this out. That's all it's left to do is pull it straight out, and the shock should be free, and then we can pull the go inside and grab the new one and put it on this nicer rainy. Alright, we went back and got our other shock, got our tub of grease, our 17mm, and our 7/8 to go ahead and put this new shock on. The grease, I'm just going to put a little bit on the original bolt that holds the shock in, just to kind of help prevent it from rusting, keep it from seizing. I'm not going to do a lot, and I'm going to make sure everything's torqued down right, but just something I like to do on occasionally, stuff that I might be removing again, just to try and keep it from rusting a little bit. And we'll go ahead and get this shock on. Probably going to have to stand up and compress it down a little bit, and then try and get it in there real quickly, so we can get it in that hole and up at the top. Alrighty, well, we'll get back to you with a review on these. Here she is, most of the way installed. Actually, I still got to let the jack down some more. Anyway, I just got to torque down that top bolt. One thing I should mention, if you do put grease on that bottom one, it is going to change the amount of torque you need to put on it. So watch that. That's just a part personal choice I make. Good idea to go ahead and check your brake lines while you're in here. Mine's got some cracks on the outside. I'll probably go ahead and get those changed fairly quickly. Just should be a steel braid line, so it's okay, but definitely something we'll keep an eye on now. Probably get those changed out in a couple weeks. Won't be driving the truck much between now and then anyway, other than just test it out. So anyway, that's a little bit of how it looks in there. I don't think anybody's gonna see it that much.